Spike the dinosaur. New friends. The leaves were shaking and there was no breeze. Spike and Charger got low to the ground to try and hide, when a ball of brown and white fur came tumbling out of the brush. It was two furry creatures about the same size as the dinosaurs. They were play fighting. Spike and Charger stood up and the furry animals stopped to look at the new arrivals. "Who are you?" the taller brown and white thing asked as he pinned the smaller one to the ground. "I'm Spike and this is Charger." Spike motioned with his horn. "We're Triceratops. What are you?" The little animal had never seen such funny looking skin before. "I'm Claw and this is my sister Dot." Claw pointed to a small patch of black fur that looked like a dot on his sister's forehead. "We're squirrels. What do you eat?" Charger demanded to know as he lowered his horn and readied himself to charge. "If these are the beasts," he thought, "I know I can take 'em." "Mainly nuts," Dot said as she fought her way free. She got out from under her brother and walked over to see Spike up close. "What is wrong with your head?" Dot asked as she played with Spike's top horns. As Spike tried to answer, Dot used the horn as a hand grip as she started to climb on Spike's back. Dot used his mouth as a foothold and she had nearly poked him in the eye as she swung herself over Spike's frill and onto his back. "You're weird," Dot said as she got comfy on top of Spike. "You don't say that to strangers," Claw warned his sister. "I'm sorry, she's very rude." Spike tried to answer, but the smaller creature's tail was dangling around his nose. Spike reared back to try and get away from it, but it was too late. He let out a very loud sneeze that shook his whole body. The force of the Triceratops' sneeze was so great that Dot went flying off his back and landed upside down in a fern bush. "That was awesome!" Dot yelled as everyone watched her slip out of the fern bush and fall onto the forest floor. "Let's do it again." Spike tried to run away, but the squirrel was up on top of him once again. "All right," Spike said with a smirk. "Hold on tight." Spike took his new friend on a bucking ride through the forest. They were just going in circles until Charger ran past with Claw on his back, and he knew that the race was on. The young animals took off deep into the forest. They were having so much fun that they did not realize how far away they were getting from the safety of the herd and the nest. Monsters. The four new friends ran through the brush. "Charge! Do not scream," as she patted Spike on the back. Dot screamed as she patted Spike on the back. They were gaining ground on Charger and Claw, who had started the race with a bit of a lead. Spike was excited to be catching up to his older brother, when all of a sudden he realized that he didn't know where he was. "Where are we?" Spike asked, as he slowed his pace almost to a stop. The wilderness," Charger responded as he too realized that they had ran very far from the nest. "Where are we?" "Don't worry," Claw said. "This is our hole right up in the tree. If anything big comes along, you can hide in there with us." The Triceratops looked at each other. They didn't climb trees. "We have to get back to the nest before something big comes along," Spike said as he started looking around to find something familiar, something that would lead them back to their home. What was that? A rustling in the bushes broke Spike's concentration, and he backed very slowly away from the moving bush. Charger was frozen in place. Spike looked to see where their new friends had gone, but all he saw was two tails disappearing up a tree. What do we have here?" asked a vicious-looking dinosaur creeping through bush. He had long claws and sharp teeth, though he was not much bigger than the little Triceratops. As he walked closer, more dinosaurs just like him appeared in front of the brothers. Charger didn't move. Spike knew he could not leave his brother. He ran up beside his brother and bumped him with the horn. Charger shook himself when the brothers started to back up together. "Where are you guys going?" I don't know how to say this word. The Chompa asked, "It looked like you were having so much fun. You should stay for a while." The Chomp, I don't know how to say the whole word, so I'm not going to try, took a step towards the boys, and as he did, a large nut sent off him reeling backwards. "Run, guys!" Dot yelled as Claw launched another nut at the pack of chomps. Spike could see at least 5 other squirrels tossing nuts from the trees, but he didn't have time to count. "Thanks!" Spike yelled as he and Charger took off through the brush. The chumps were thrown off by the airborne nut attack, but they soon fought their way through and began chasing the little dinosaurs. Spike could hear them coming through the trees. "Charger, we have to go faster," Spike said, looking back at the predators, who were quickly gaining ground. "There it is," Charger shouted as he nudged Spike to the side. Spike was mad until he saw where Charger was pushing him. Home. The brothers yelled together, but they were not out of the woods yet. Literally, they were still in the woods. They picked the pace, and this time they knew exactly where to go. The brothers could feel the vicious reptiles nipping at their heels as they reached the edge of the herd and Uncle Mort. The chomps could not get stopped in time. With one big sideways head swing, Uncle Mort's large club-like head sent the smaller meat-eaters flying backwards into the brush. The boys went straight to their nest and lay down for a long rest. They had enough adventure for one day.